I'm about to simplify sales so easy that you can never mess it up. Let's go into it. There is buying psychology 101. You want to sell things, you got to understand why people buy things. And when you understand that, you can charge any price and close. $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question, guys. How much would you pay for a bottle of water? What, is it $1.50 in the store? Is it $3? Is it $6 on the airplane? Okay, let me ask you a question. Imagine you're in the desert. You got no water, no food, no nothing. You're just in the desert stranded, but you got a credit card. You somehow managed to keep a credit card. And on that credit card, you got $10,000. It's all the money you have left to your name. Let me ask you a question. I walk by, and I got this beautiful water in my hand, and you go, give me some. I go, $10,000. How many of you would say no? Come on, man. How many of you would not buy that water? Be honest. Because you know what you're choosing between, right? Life or money. And here's a little secret for you. When your offer becomes a choice between life or their money in their bank account, you don't got to sell anymore. They're closing you. Take my money. You understand what I'm saying here? So what does that show us, guys? That there's this phenomenon that I want you to write down. It's called COP versus COS. There's a cost phenomenon that all people do things because they're trying to save a cost. They're trying to get rid of a cost. And so here's how cost of problem versus cost of solution works. See, in every transaction, there's only two things happening. There's a cost to where they're at. What happens if they don't? There's a cost if they don't change. The cost of the problem they're dealing with. There's a pain to it, right? And then there's a cost of solution. And you have that solution. And when the cost of their problem weighs heavier, is greater than the cost of your offer, program, or solution, sale. There's not even a question about it. Emotionally, they'll feel it. Logically, they'll feel it. There's no question. It doesn't even matter if they have the money or not, because the cost of not paying you is more expensive than paying you. Now, when does sales not happen? I'll tell you right now. It's when the cost of your solution is not greater. Is greater than the cost of the problem. Now, here's the crazy part. Many of you see this and go, Armin, I got to drop my price because, you know, the cost of the problem is not that great. I got to make it a price that's easier for them to say yes. No, but there's another way. And when you have a low ticket thinking in your mind, this is the only solution you see is, I got to lower my price because it's too great. It's too high. Your price is not too high. Write this down. Here's the principle. Never decrease your prices. Instead, increase the cost. Come on now. Oh my God, high ticket selling simplified. Simplified. Here's the difference. When you increase the cost, by the way, you're not going to make it more painful than it is. A lot of people are like, Armin, I don't like that. I don't want to make them feel bad. Is that, like, I had someone come to me like, oh, are you talking about making them feel bad on the call? I'm like, hold on a second. Who said anything about making them feel bad? Aren't they already feeling bad? Didn't they already come to you because they're overweight? Aren't they already there because they're lonely and depressed? Aren't they already there because they tried 6 months and the business not off the ground yet? Am I missing something? They already feel bad. But they're ignoring that. They're lying to themselves about it. They're not looking at the truth. You know what my sales philosophy is? Truth. My sales strategy is truth. I don't need to know how to sell. I just got to believe in myself and what I do and align with truth. What's the truth? You need this? You need this. There's nothing you can say then. It doesn't matter what you, I'm going homeless. Great, you need to do this now then. Borrow the money. Let's go. Take a risk. It's entrepreneurship. That's it. Done. What? I'm like, I'm not the reason you're on a couch. I'm not the reason you're fat, but I might be the reason you won't be. I'm not the reason you're stuck. I might be the reason you won't be though. So don't be telling me that you can't do this because X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z is the reason you got to do it. You guys got to take the objections and turn them into the reason. You got to stop seeing their problems as the reason why they can't buy and start seeing their problems as the reason they got to. A lot of people come to me, they go, Armin, I don't got time. I got kids. I go, then you got to do this more. I don't have kids. You should make 50 million. I only made 5 because I didn't wake up every day to 3 faces that need me to work. Your motivation is greater. You got an upper hand. Now there's this flipping perspective for you. You guys watching this like, it's hard, Armin. That means you got an advantage. Imagine if it wasn't hard. You'd be comfortable every day. Like, I can get to it one day. I met those people. Oh yeah, whatever, I'll kind of do it one day. Oh, they never do anything. But when you got a real reason, you got problems, the problems are the path. So you ain't making anyone feel anything that's not already there. You just bring the focus back on, hey, hold on a second. I know I charge $7,000 for this, but didn't you say you have diabetes? Like, don't you need to turn your life, is your life or your health or your family and how everyone's being impacted, is that not more expensive than $7,000? No, I'm not saying it's not. I just don't have the money. Well, find it. You go, Armin, you would do that? Yes. If you don't have the courage to make hold a person's standard higher to find the money to do this, isn't that the ultimate unethical thing to do? Someone's dying, you watch them die, you go, just die. It's okay. If you went into the hospital, you got called in, and you're in a country where they don't pay for health care, and the doctor looks at you and goes, hey, it's your mom, she's in bad shape. And you go, shit, what do? It's going to be $20,000 for the surgery, but we can save her. I don't have $20,000. Okay, well, you have until tonight because we have to take her out of the room. How many of you guys are going to turn around and go, hey, doc, I looked at the budget. Q1, don't got 20 grand, I'm sorry. Going to have to let her die. No! So what does that tell you? When the problem is big enough and the cost is great, no amount of money is too much. You guys got to start dropping your price and start raising the cost of the process, because it's really there. And if it's not, by the way, don't make it up. That's unethical selling. That's shit. But most of the people I ever talked to, they had real problems. They just minimized it. And then they maximized the price. I go, whoa, let's minimize the price. Let's look at the maximized version of your cost here. A lot of people go, what if this fails? Here's a good overcome objection for you. If you ever get this, what if it doesn't work? I go, it's already not working. What if the business doesn't get built? It's already not built. What if I don't lose weight? You're already fat. It's like there's nothing to lose. You have literally nothing to lose, everything to gain. What a better guarantee. Come on now. I might not be able to be God and guarantee the result, and I just sure, but I'm going to do everything I can that makes everyone results. You just got to show up. But my question is, do you want to have nothing, no chance of change, or do you want to have a high chance of change? Because that's what I'm offering you here.